It took almost 100 episodes, but I'm happy to finally say that this week's movie discussion is an anime movie. Yes. This week we discussed the 2016 animated hit Your Name. Also brought along a perfect get for this episode. So Chad, how you feel about this episode?
Um, it's always unpredictable ride when you are leading the ship. So I have no idea what to expect, but I'm hoping it's a good one.
Oh, well, I was talking about the actual movie, but you mean the whole ride? Okay, so yeah, it's gonna be a crazy ride.
Yeah, yeah, I agree.
Right. With that being said, I'd like to welcome to the show my boy Josh.
Hey, what's up, fellas? Glad
Hey,
to be here. Thank you for having me.
it's nice to meet you.
Now, me and
Same,
Josh
same.
I
go.
I remember it was just last week when Matt was complaining about you.
Really? What'd he say?
You'll have to listen to the show now.
Yeah. Hey,
Yeah,
that's a nice
last
plug,
episode.
man. I like that.
So, Josh, how we know each other?
We met a couple years back, man, back in Japan on the good
A
old
couple years?
49. Yeah, it was like a long time ago, man. About 15.
Yeah.
Yeah, on good old 49er, man.
49. Yeah, we known each other since I want to say like 2008ish time frame.
Yeah,
Yeah,
2008.
yeah,
Yeah, man.
and we've
Long
been rocking
time.
ever since.
Ever
Yeah,
since,
we
man.
For
right.
those of us that don't know what y'all talking about, what are y'all talking about?
No, we was both stationed in Japan in 2008 on the ship together.
Yeah, you talking about the 49ers? I was like, oh, y'all played football together?
Man, we had a flag football team out here too.
Yeah, we did, man. We was halfway decent.
Right. We was on the Harper's Ferry LSD 49. The
Yeah,
ones who
Y'all
knows
aka
was
the
y'all
know.
was on y'all
49.
was on LSD?
Mm-hmm. How you think we deal with these underways?
Right? Gotta get past it some way.
Right. But one thing that people know who know Josh is always one thing amazed about them is that Josh has been in Japan for a very long time. And I know you said you want to talk about living in Japan. Which would you want to talk about?
Yeah, so first off, like you say, man, been here like most of my adult life. And from being here so long, you can see a lot of changes, man, because from the times when we first been here, you could do more, play more, SAS Vegas, but nowadays it's like things change and it's like this new school ain't getting down with how we did on the old school, man. But I could just say like being here so long, like you really see a lot, man. Like the way people move, like even little things like mama signs and flavors, Ginza Club. It's like ain't even no more clubs really, man. You gotta head up north to Fook or something, but I can truly say, man, I like it though, man. And people always ask me how I do it, how I stay here so long. I just love Japan, man. The
Right.
culture, the vibe, the food, and especially, having kids, man. Safe environment. See, I can't let my son walk to a park back home, let alone to school. So I just
Right.
like it, man.
Right. And also, like before, Mama San's was a restaurant that we used to always frequent. Uh, late nights we get fried chicken, fried rice, gyoza, whatever you need, things like that. Everybody went to the spot. Flavors Gives Club was always like the
Right,
nightclubs
right.
we frequent. None of that stuff is now. But I agree with you in the sense of like feeling safer as far as like kids and everything. We all got kids. like feeling safer out here in Japan, and yeah, just like now, like my son was like, "Can I go down the street to go ride a scooter?" And I'm like, "Yeah, just be careful of cars, and that's it. I ain't got to worry about anything else because it's just a lot safer." Where if we was back home, there'll probably be more precautions and everything else like that.
Right. Your son be like, "Hey, I'm gonna go ride the scooter." You gonna be like, "Where? In the yard?"
Right, right, right. On the sidewalk in front of the house, yes, you can. The driveway, yes.
Yeah, and then also too, man, like I like the festivals, man. Like it's just a good vibe, man. I just like it. It grows on you, and everybody that I talk to from like being stationed with previously, they always say, "I want to come back, man." I never had met anybody from the time I been in that said they didn't like Japan or they don't want to go back. Like it be cats now still be asking me like, "Hey man, I'm gonna come visit you, man. You out there still?" And I'd be like, "Where I'm going at?" You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah, I get the same thing. Like people like, "Oh, you out there? I want to come out there," and I'm like, "I sure." But speak a little bit more about the different festivals they have out here to give like the audience something who's never experienced Japan, like
Oh,
the
so
different
like
festivals they have out here.
yeah, so like actually this month, man, coming up, they got like the Sakura festival coming up. That's really big, the
Mhm.
uh I know in the States people know it more as cherry blossoms.
Hmm.
So
Mhm.
that's real big, they do like the lanterns and people sit outside, have a picnic, or you'll have like a bunch of OG chons or grandpas, what I'm saying, out here drinking up all the sake, falling asleep under the tree. That should be funny as
Mhm.
hell, man. Dudes be like mad drunk out here, but it's funny, man. It's good times. And then like in the summer, it's like I don't know. In Japan, they love fireworks, man. They be on that heavy. Like they call it hanabi, but
Mhm.
man, it's it's good. And then in the fall, with the leaves changing, it's like they always got something going on in
Right,
Japan. Like
especially like with the fire,
honestly,
like I only had like you said in the summer, it's like there's fireworks going off like every 3 weeks or something like that for
yeah.
something new.
And I don't know why, but for some reason, if a dude take a chick to see fireworks, it's like he in there. It's like he winning. It's something about
Chad,
fireworks,
take
man.
notes. Take notes.
All right. 4th of July. Oh, cool.
Right, you're gonna be good.
You'll be winning, man, for real.
But
I'm like,
that happens too late at night. I'm ready to be in bed, sleep.
yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, not only that too, like I said, I don't know. Like I kind of had a culture shock when I first came out here. I went to this thing called onsen, which is like a public bathhouse. So
Mhm.
man, that kind of threw me off, man.
Why'd you
So
go to a bathhouse?
so it's like real popular in Japan. Like people go there, the onsens, and kind of like relax, sit in the bath, like ease your mind, have some drinks. But first time I went, it kind of threw me off because I thought I was gonna have like my own private bath, but I walk in there and it's all these old dudes looking at me. I'm like, dang, I'm the only black dude in here. Dudes looking at me like you lost. I'm like, nah, you lost. How about you get up out of here, man? So it was a culture shock because I'm like, man, I ain't never did nothing like that. But
Hmm.
living here now, man, it's like me and the fam, we'll go to like some onsens and hotels and it's like whatever, man. It is what it is. I've been here so long, I'm used to it. So, but
Specifically, how long have you been there?
man, I've been here 15 years, man.
Okay.
And his Japanese is where I want my Japanese to be at.
I got you.
Right.
Yeah, you should come out here, Chad, man. Come pay a
M-
visit. I think you
May,
enjoy it, man.
maybe I will. My question to Matt is like, how much do you talk to your friend Josh here, Matt?
The question is how often do I talk to him about you?
Mhm. I feel like beforehand there should have been a couple of topics you should have asked him to avoid.
That's okay. Chad's been wanting and needing to come out here, but it's a failure on my part of coordinating things and things of that nature. But Chad really wants to come out here. We'll get him show him a nice time in the hot springs.
Yeah, man, you
You
need
don't
to
have a
get on
problem with
them.
public nudity, right?
I'm not sure. I've never been in that situation before.
Yeah, I haven't been
Yeah,
to I've been to multiple hot springs, but I've never been to a public one before. Every time I ever went to a hot spring, it was always private.
Okay.
Yeah.
man, you got to get on them chew highs too, man.
Too hot. That's a
Uh,
drink, right?
yeah,
Yeah,
Chad don't drink.
no, that's cool. That's cool. I just drink for the both of us, you know.
I respect it. Thank you.
You wanted to talk about One Piece.
Yeah, man, One Piece. So I'm pretty sure everybody know what One Piece is. For those who don't, it's
The
like one of the
never-ending anime.
yep. You're right. They should call that change the name to that shit to Never Ending Story, man. For real. That's been going on for what, like 25 years?
Hey
About?
man, it's good.
Are you
It
caught
is
up,
good.
Josh?
I am not, man. Being out,
What? You've been
yeah.
in Japan for 12 years a slave and you not caught up?
Yeah. Nah, man. I've been also on deployments too. So when you on deployments, you don't get Wi-Fi and stuff, man. So
You
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 gotta,
didn't want to get the 2000 disc DVD set?
man, people still use DVDs?
I'm just saying, you talking about no Wi-Fi, what you got to use
Yeah.
physical media.
Nah. Usually we watch movies. Uh you actually be surprised, man, how big people are into anime. I'm pretty sure it's not a surprise now, but it's like growing real popular. But specifically One Piece though, that was like the first one I started watching and it just stuck with me. I watch all kind of other shows, but man, I think they need to hurry up and make my man the Pirate King, bro. It's
Right.
been like a 25-year wait. Like we know he gonna be it eventually, but let's speed this up.
What's your
So
thought? Or go ahead.
he is he the same age that he was when the show started? Like, have they allowed him to age?
Yeah, he has aged 2 years.
It's been a long journey. A long journey.
Okay.
Yeah, it was like one time skip.
But what's your thoughts about the live action that Netflix is gonna be doing?
Man, I think they should just, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Just keep it the way it is. Cause they tried to do that live action jump with the Dragon Ball. Remember that?
Oh yeah.
That was a big failure,
I like how you skipped over the one with John Cho and you went all the way to Dragon Ball.
man.
Was the one with John Cho?
The three of them, they were bounty hunters.
Oh, I watched fuck.
Yeah, which one was that?
Um
Cowboy Bebop.
yeah. Cowboy Bebop, yeah.
Mm.
See, the thing is, I never watched the anime. I like the live action, but I don't have no recollection for the anime to be like this ain't what right or this ain't what it needs to be at. But I like the live action.
What about the One Piece one? I mean, I agree that they was fucking up with that Dragon Ball, but like
Right.
Netflix has been doing this for a minute, and like their live action animes are a special kind of bad.
I agree.
Right. And the
Hey,
thing is
Chad,
like
let me ask you something. Which anime do you like?
Josh, let me ask you something. How much of this show have you listened to?
I've listened to, I want to say, 10 episodes.
And I haven't talked about my disdain for anime within those 10 episodes.
So I kind of like skim through the ones where I hear like people I know.
Did you?
And
But you knew Caesar. You know Caesar, right?
yeah, I know Caesar.
I feel like I talked about the last one he was on. I'm pretty sure I was like, "Fuck that anime," though, because that was the one with Carlin. Because Carlin was like, "I'm gonna do a video about anime," and I was like, "Yeah, team fuck anime, let's go."
Nah, the reason I asked because you heard of Avatar, right?
I
Like
mean,
not the
I
not
really wouldn't count that as
not
anime though.
well the little Nickelodeon show.
Yeah, I mean, it's an
You remember they
American
did?
show.
Yeah, but you remember when they did like the live movie?
Oh, with M. Night Shyamalan, yeah.
Yeah, and then there was no sequel at all.
There were a lot of issues with that project.
That's what I'm saying. Like if it ain't broke, man, don't fix it.
Well, some people don't like animated stuff, period, right? And so
Right.
you want to try and get a different, well, you want to try and get more eyes on the property. So I hear that.
No, I get that too, but if you don't like it, man, that's why they got other different genres of movies
But
where people can.
I feel like when they do the live actions, they stray so far from what it is. Like that's why I believe like Last of Us is such a hit. Besides the acting, because they stay true to the source, to where like if you watch Dragon Ball the movie, they don't even look the same as it did on the anime. And like with this One Piece one, okay, sure, the characters look kind of similar to the anime thing, but like with for me with One Piece is like their abilities and everything else like that. It's
Right,
hard to
right.
do a live action with, Luffy made a rubber and he stretches. How is that going to work on live action? There's going to be
Nah,
CGI involved
you
and
know good
things.
and well they're not doing that.
Right, so it's going to be like, what are you doing? And it's going to be a miss.
That budget, Netflix didn't give them that much money to do that.
Nah, they
Right.
didn't. They
But
didn't.
don't worry, I'll be right along when it first come out to watch it, to come back and do a bonus episode and talk about how much this movie is going to be. So I'll be right there doing it.
Please do a bonus episode without me.
Wow, I thought you'd be on board of shitting on the anime. I mean, a live action anime.
No, I mean, cause like I'm not
He
gonna
already
watch
said
it.
what team he on,
Uh,
man.
uh,
He said
you're not gonna
team
watch
no
it.
anime.
So you and Josh can link up and y'all can do y'all bonus episode, and I'll listen to support you.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I got you. When is that supposed to drop anyway?
Sometime this year. I forget when though.
It's probably gonna be at the end of the year.
Right. But Chad, what have you been up to these days?
So
With your anger issues.
not necessarily mine, but I accompanied friend of the show Rachel to a rage room. Are you guys familiar with that?
Yes. I experienced it last time I went to the States.
Oh yeah, you went to the same place we went. What
What's
about
a
you,
rage
Josh?
room?
So you pay money to like break stuff, like to ideally release some rage. So you break glass, or maybe they got a TV, or in our case we had like like a car door, a old DVR player, like one of those little dummies that you fight, like like you do your kicks and stuff on.
Like your
Yeah.
self-defense dummy thing, yeah.
Okay. How was that like?
It was pretty cool. You got to pick different weapons like crowbars and mallets. And since it was St. Patrick's Day is coming up, they had a shillelagh.
Oh, okay.
So it was cool. So
Well, real quick before. Did you pay extra for the DVD player?
it was just what was in the room.
Oh, okay. Because when we did it, they had like a whole bunch of plates and stuff, like plates and cups. But then you had to, and there ours was a hood, a car hood,
Okay.
but like if you would have paid more, you could have got a TV and things like that to get that in there.
They didn't mention any of that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I feel like the room should already been prepared for you to break and smash anything.
It is, but you know, that bonus stuff, right? I would have broke a TV. I don't well, how much extra? How much more extra was it?
No, it was cheap because it was like maybe like $4. Like it's like a Goodwill thing to where
Yeah.
because the lady told me not to cut on your thing, but the lady
Yeah, you're
told me
fine.
like she like people donate stuff or she gets things from Goodwill and things like that. So all her stuff is cheap. All the shit that we're smashing.
Yeah, like there were like glasses and I don't think they were plates, but they were like it was like a table of glasses that we could choose from, like pick up and throw at the wall or like smash. And it all looked like stuff that you would get from Goodwill, like you see at
Right.
Goodwill. So I was like, okay.
Yeah. Man, that sounds like a good hustle. I should open up like a rage room in Japan.
Hey
You
man,
should see if there are any.
all right, but when we went there, the lady found out my my sister already planned it for my brother for his birthday, so they had the room. But then later on, when I came there, they was like, "Oh, can we change it for my brother? He's coming from Japan and things like that." So they changed me on there, and then she was like, "Oh, I'm like stationed out in Japan," and the lady told me, "Rage rooms originally started in Japan."
Really?
Yes,
I did
it
not
was
know
created
that.
in Japan, and then it spread it out that way.
Do a Google to see if there's any close.
There is
You-
one actually. There's one in Saga.
Okay. How close is that to you?
Like an
Saga's what
hour.
about? Yeah, it's like an hour away.
Because like that's the thing, like so there's sort of two. So there's the one we went to, which is in Benton, Missouri,
Yeah,
something
yeah.
like that, which is at least from where I live, it's about 30, 40-ish minutes. But then the only other one closer is like an hour and a half away. So, you know, they were talking about that when we were there. It's run by a married couple about how like there's not really that in the area. So they do, you know, fairly well.
Right.
But so I want, you know, so if you don't know friend of the show Rachel in real life, you know, she's a lovely person, but you know, she sounds kind of quiet, and that is actually her in real life. But seeing her break all that stuff with all the rage that came out and like her like smiling and shit when she's breaking the glass, it scared the fuck out of me, I'm gonna be honest.
That's what I'm
Awesome.
saying. I know.
Joker at stuff. Why are you smiling?
Right,
Yeah,
right.
right.
So like, man, whoever that girl is dating, don't break up with her because it's gonna be all over.
Be
Just
careful, man.
go up to your car and beat the shit out of it like on Street Fighter.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
laughing the whole time.
Right. But no,
yeah,
it's
but
pretty
I think
cool.
though that'd be good though, man. Especially you open that out here because it'd be a lot of people want to release rage and stuff. So, man, I think that'd be a nice hustle for real.
Yeah.
I know it is good. Like it's like were you kind of nervous at first?
Yes. Cause
Yeah,
like
because at first,
your whole life you're trained not to do that shit.
right, not to break shit, and now they're like, no, go ahead, you can do it. So you're like the first time, like you grab a cup and you're like, and
Yeah.
then you're like, oh, okay, you grab another one. Then you start getting to it, but at first you're like,
Like the first glass that I threw at the wall, like it bounced off and it didn't break because I didn't throw it hard enough.
right.
It's like
Right,
I'm like I'm trained. My brain is hardwired not to do that.
right. Yeah, because we had golf clubs, we had the crowbar, we had sledgehammer. Uh, yeah,
Yeah,
that's what we had. Yeah.
See now y'all make me want to drive the Saga and check that out.
it's pretty
Oh
cool.
no, yeah, it is. It's definitely experience to do it at least once to figure it, like to do it. I mean, I'm not saying it's something you're probably gonna do every weekend, but
Right.
it's
Nah,
like
nah, definitely
a
not.
group
But
thing to do, or like a birthday or something like that. Yeah, it's definitely
Mm-hmm.
something cool to do.
yeah, I'll go check that out. I'll
It's
check
pretty
that out.
dope.
Yeah.
I also saw some TV. Like I caught, and I'm gonna be very vague, but I caught the first episode of season 3 of The Mandalorian. Like I know you're gonna start it, Matt.
Oh, that's funny because
Um,
I watched the first episode of season 1 of Mandalorian.
ah,
Check you out. Season
um,
1.
the episode was okay. I mean, it's basically slowly setting up what the season's gonna be. So it was just like by the time the end credits came on, I was like, wait, the episode over already? Like we didn't do anything.
Hmm.
So it's setting up for the season.
So the
Did
question I
you
have
like?
is, I watched Boba Fett, right? And I told you how I wish that he was more stronger, like his sidekick, the female.
Hmm.
Now Mandalorian, they seem kind of the same to where they not strong enough.
What do you mean by strong
Uh,
enough?
like okay, so I watched 2 episodes. I think I watched to where he met Baby Yoda,
Hmm.
but then like he had to like those little people, the little things,
Jawas.
tore Jawas tore apart his ship, and then he had to
Hmm.
go, and the deal was to get the egg. But then I'm like, why are you getting worked by this rhinoceros thing, and then Baby Yoda had to save him? So it's like it feels like they're not strong enough to be, or maybe I'm just over imagining this thing about superheroes or movies in general to be stronger. But like Boba Fett and Mandalorian be getting their ass whooped.
So I mean, they're just dudes in armor. Like they don't have any powers. They're not super
Yeah,
strong.
they
They're
just
just dudes in
regular
armor.
humans, man. That's it.
Okay,
And that's why
okay.
he like
Because
worked so hard to get the armor to build up his suit, you know what I'm
Yeah.
oh, you watched the Mandalorian?
saying? Yeah.
Okay, you
Did you watch
watched.
the season 3 premiere?
Nah, I didn't watch that yet.
Okay. I mean, honestly, wait till episode 2 comes out and watch them together.
And then
I mean,
probably
it's
a
not a
full
bad
episode.
episode. It's just, like I said, it's setting the season up. So,
Yeah, they usually start slow though.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I got time to catch up there.
And then lastly, I caught an early screening of Creed 3. And it was pretty good. Michael B. Jordan's directorial debut.
Oh, he
Um,
directed it.
mhm.
Oh, that's dope.
It was pretty good. I will say that the side plots were like super thin. Like they kind of started off interesting, and then we really didn't go anywhere with them. And I'm like, okay, you could have just used this time to develop Jonathan Majors more and like their whole rivalry. You could have, added more to
Yeah,
that
yeah, yeah.
rivalry. But like
Yeah,
overall,
I
it
like
was
I
really
like
good.
him too. Jonathan Majors. He a good actor. I like
He's
him too.
he's pretty
Yeah.
intimidating. I something I really do like is like they held off like showing him shirtless like until like you absolutely had to see it. So like he was like wearing baggy clothes and stuff, and then like when he took his shirt off, he was like, yeah, you're about to die. Yeah,
Hit him with the
What was
Drago.
the fight scenes like?
they were
Because I know
they were really good.
they something that you hate, but they were talking about the fight scenes are like an anime style. What did that work for you?
So I heard that going in, and then like it opens up with Creed fighting somebody, and I was like, "Is this it?" No, and I was like, "I guess that's it," because like apparently it's the final battle that's more anime inspired. I didn't read it as anime, but that's
Mhm.
me what not thinking anime like because it's not super exaggerated as someone outside looking in would look at anime, but it's more of like things like what was happening during the fight. So the fight itself wasn't anime inspired. It was the stuff happening around the fight, if that makes sense.
Mm,
Okay.
yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. Okay.
But
So
like also like you could also just interpret it as like being artistic.
got you. Got you. Okay. So overall, you recommend it?
Yeah, I do. It was pretty solid. you know, if we were going to talk about monetarily, I'd say, it's a full price. It's a fun time.
Yeah, I'll
Okay.
definitely go check it out.
Yeah, I'm waiting for it to come out.
Yeah.
I think the first time I seen him acting was in Lovecraft Country.
Oh, Jonathan Majors, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I was like, yeah, okay, this guy, he pretty dope, man. But now I see him like in everything, so I'm like, okay, that's what's
Right, right. He everywhere now.
up. Because he did the new Ant-Man and Wasp movie too.
Right,
Mhm.
Kang, and then he's in some. What else he in?
The Harder They Fall.
Oh, I
Oh yeah,
forgot he
that's
was in
right.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh,
he coming up, man.
yeah, nothing really of note. Like he's in this movie called The Last Black Man in San Francisco, which is supposed to be really good, but I haven't seen it.
I know they got him on a Netflix film too, where he's like a pilot.
Oh, Defiance, I think.
Devout.
Devotion.
Devotion. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That came out at the wrong time.
What do you mean?
So that movie came out last November, December, and they were trying to ride off of Jonathan Majors is about to be hot in Ant-Man, and then like the white guy co-star, he was in Top Gun too.
Mhm.
But I feel like if they would have saved that for like this year after Creed and after Ant-Man,
Right. I get
it,
you. Yeah.
it probably would have did better because it bombed.
Oh yeah, I seen it, and I was like, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't see it, but it was on like, you know how Netflix had those suggestions of movies you might like? That
Mhm.
was like
Right.
one of the suggestions.
I mean, honestly, I personally am over those types of movies where it's, set in the 50s and 60s and, black people have to, overcome
Oh
adversity.
yeah,
Like
it's always like you gotta overcome everything.
I don't want to come off as somebody that's like, I don't care about the history, but I don't want to see that in a movie. Maybe a documentary, but like I don't want to see that in dramatization.
Right.
Mm. So what? How did you feel about that Emancipation movie?
The Will Smith one?
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't watch it. I don't want to watch I don't want to watch slave movies. Now,
I
once
feel
more, if it was a documentary, maybe. But no. Did
I
you watch
watched
it?
it. That shit was trash.
Did you watch it, Josh?
I didn't, but
Okay.
I just wanted to know how you felt about that. But I kind of feel you in a way. Like it's always like we always got to go through so much adversity. Like why we just can't have the guy be the star or play the rich guy? Or, you know what I'm saying? Why is always he got to go through hell to make it to heaven, man?
Right. And it's like I get it that actually happened, but I don't think we should dramatize that. Like once more, let's have a documentary with facts. And that's
Right.
just make it spectacular or whatever.
Got
Right.
you.
But yeah, so why don't you like advertisements, Matt?
Because all right, before I get to my thing, remember a couple weeks ago we talked about that fans were talking about suing that movie that advertised Anna de Armas, but she wasn't in the movie, right?
Oh yeah. Have we started our class action suit against Disney for making Ant-Man 3 look good?
Not yet. Not yet, but
Okay.
we own it though. We
Okay.
own it.
Okay.
But the thing is, I was playing a game, and then an ad popped up, and the ad was like, "Oh yeah, you do this," and it was like this little mini game, and I was like, "Oh, this shit is fun. Let me download this game." And I download this game, and this game was shit like what the little thing they added for, right?
Oh, is this the one with the bees?
No, this was like a king, and like you can like he's like trapped in water. You got to like connect like
Oh,
three
you gotta
colors
like
together.
escape, help him
And you got to
escape.
escape, right? And I'm like, oh,
Oh
this seems
yeah,
fun. I
yeah.
can help him
They got me
escape.
with that too.
And then I download it, and the game is not like this at all. And I feel like that is some shit that we need to fucking sue on. If you can't say that this is what the game is like, and then when you download a game, it's nothing like that.
Did you
False
report it?
advertising, man.
Did you report it in the App Store?
No, of course I did like anybody else would do. I complained on social media or my podcast.
You should you should actually file a thingy on it in the App Store.
Maybe
That's
I
an option,
should.
right?
I
Yeah,
don't know.
yeah, you can, man. It's funny you say that because the other day I got this letter in the mail and it's saying how I got a claim for, I guess someone kind of like filed a claim against Apple and because I
Oh,
have iCloud and I got the check. So I'm thinking like, okay, I see an Apple on it. I'm like, yeah, Apple got big money. Maybe I can get like a grand or two. I open up this claim. It was for $5.49.
oh, it was a class action lawsuit.
I was like, man, come on, man. That's
I
garbage.
mean,
I've gotten two of those before. I got one for DeVry, and then I've got one for something else, but it was nothing more than $10. It was like one first one was like $3,
yeah.
another one was like $4. Yeah.
Man.
I don't like I get the idea behind a class action lawsuit, but it just kind of sucks like when they like divide it all up for all the
Right.
people. But then also like did you actually cash the check or whatever it was?
So I went to my bank and the first thing I asked them was, is this real? And the lady started laughing at me. She was like, yeah, this real. And I was like, man, that's not even a meal, you know what I'm saying? I can't even get a lunch special with this. So, so I just basically thought of like, well, just deposit it in my account. And
So,
that was that. But I was just like, $5.
well, the fucked
Yeah.
up thing is like a lot of people they'll look at those small checks or whatever and they won't cash them. And it's like if you don't cash them, then they basically get to keep that money. And it's
Right.
Right.
like they aren't being
And it
punished for whatever they were sued for. So
yeah,
it's
and they
kind of it's really messed up.
yeah, and it clearly said too is like a void check after 90 days of
Right.
receiving. So I was like, you know what? I'll take this $5.49.
So you're gonna file that complaint, man.
Honestly, probably not. Probably by the time this I get done with this episode, I'm not gonna care about that situation until it happens again, and I'm gonna be up in arms 2 weeks later saying the exact same thing.
Sounds right. I've met you. Sounds right.
Right, right. See, so yeah.
I
But
don't
what?
understand what this other thing is.
All right, so I was able to check out this anime called "The World's Best Assassin" to reincarnate in a different world. That's because Josh told me I need to check this anime out.
Why is the
So
title so damn long and literal?
Hey, you see that a lot, man. They got a lot of long
and
titles for
that's what I
their
was gonna bring
anime.
up to like now, like before, Dragon Ball, One Piece, Jujutsu Kaisen, things like that. Now your animes are I fell in love with this teacher who happens to be a dog. And you have like all these like literal random names for these animes now.
Yeah, yeah.
They don't come with
Like they're getting
anything.
ridiculous, man. They are
Right.
with these
Yeah.
titles. I'm like, come on, man. You don't like they have another one where it's like uh I used to date my stepmom's daughter or something like that. I know it's the
Yeah.
title's fucked up, but it's like the name of an anime, man. So I'm
Right.
like,
And
what the hell?
that's a legit one, right? So I guess
Yeah, like it's
they're
crazy,
like,
man.
we ain't coming up with these good titles no more. We about to give you exactly what it is.
We want you to know what you
Right.
get into.
But yeah, so basically, this was like the anime is you have the world's greatest assassin and the regular world. He gets double crossed. X, Y, and Z happen. He dies. But when he dies, he has a chance to be reincarnated into this magical world with magic and stuff like that. And his only thing is he has to kill the hero by the age of 18. And the plus side is he gets to keep all his memories as an assassin. And also it's kind of like, when you create a character on a game, you can pick like certain attributes that you want for your character. He
Yeah.
can do that too. So then he goes into this new world as a baby, and it just happens by luck or by great storytelling. The family that he gets born in, their family is a family of assassins. So he
Okay.
he lucks up, gets trained in magic and things like that, and he just wreaks havoc and things like that. It's a great show. I appreciate you recommending it to me. I
Hey, no
finished it,
problem,
so
bruh. No problem.
yeah, it's good. It's very good. It's very good. Yeah.
Hopefully
So for
one
all
day
y'all
we'll
out
get
there,
Chad on board, man.
see, I know Chad, and I've been trying to think of an anime for Chad to like. Uh, I think after we do our movie review and to get Chad's thoughts on that, that will give me a better selection of if Chad is not no anime or if Chad just likes specific anime. So
I think he's
I'm still
specific.
I still got to figure out what kind of stuff he likes. But yeah, so back to that. For my Japanese listeners, it is on Japanese Netflix. No subtitles though.
It's on Crunchyroll here.
Right. So please check that out. Chad, were you able to catch the latest episode of Last of Us?
Yeah. I'll be honest. I wasn't feeling this one as much.
You hate lesbians, you hate the LGBTQ? Wow.
Guilty as charged. No, I feel like this one was too close of an adaptation of the video game section. And so for me, as someone familiar with the source material, like I'm just like we just hitting the beats.
Honestly, I agree with you.
Yeah.
This is the lesser of all the episodes. I gonna say like the whole mall stuff. It kind of dragged out.
Yeah.
Dragged on. There we go. It dragged on too much. I ain't gonna say it was bad, but I have to say at ranking, this was a lesser of the episodes.
Yeah, like it was a good episode, and like Bella Ramsey's acting immaculate. Like the little gestures, like when she was like, "Okay, Riley, you did this for me, right? You gonna kiss me, right? You do like me like I like you, right?" Like all those little things that she was doing, top notch.
Right, like when she was riding the merry-go-round, she kept looking up at her and everything. Yeah, that was perfect.
But yeah, it's just this one. I don't like. This flashback specifically is important, and it's not appropriate to see it early in the series because you need to know some stuff about what's that girl's name? What's
Ellie?
Bella's? Yeah, thank you.
Oh.
You need to know some stuff about Ellie before you get to see this episode. So like the placement was appropriate, but like I'm also kind of tired of flashbacks, and it's just like I know what's gonna happen, and we only deviation we had was the beginning part at the school. So it's like I just didn't like that we were just hitting the beats. But it was still a good episode, and the acting was excellent. It's just kind of how I feel.
Still need to watch that show, man.
It's
Did
really
you play the
good.
game?
Nah, I never played the game, but
okay. Well, then it's
keep
okay.
it that way.
But
Keep it that way.
Yeah. You'll still enjoy it. Like it's phenomenal just by itself.
Yeah, no, like I'm not dissing the game. Like the game is really good, but like this is faster. Like watch the show first.
Yeah,
Right,
I'm gonna definitely watch it. But I'm
And
the
then play
type
the
that
game.
I'll wait until all the episodes are done, then I'll watch it.
It's almost done.
Yeah.
Was it 10?
It's either 9 or 10. Because it's like they got the stuff next week with those people. And then
Who? I don't know what's going on next.
Ellie needs to go get supplies, and she meets someone that has not the purest intent for her.
Wakata. All right, I got you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So let me ask you
So
guys
then,
something, man.
Okay.
Mhm.
So what's the best movie or TV show you've seen based off a video game?
A video
this,
game. Yeah.
honestly,
um
this.
So
But
you
if
guys
I
didn't
couldn't pick
like the
this,
Uncharted or Tomb Raider or
I didn't
Resident
like
Evil?
Uncharted. I didn't
I
see the
liked
new Tomb
Uncharted.
Raider. Um
Tomb Raider, like the original Tomb Raider, was good.
yeah, I like the Angelina Jolie one.
I liked Uncharted. Um,
I'm super looking forward to Mario.
Yeah, you're right. That Mario movie coming out
uh,
soon.
um
But I think the original Mario Brothers they did like early 90s, that was garbage.
it was what?
That was garbage.
Garbage. Okay.
I would like to revisit that one day because I haven't seen it in God who knows
Yeah,
long
it's been like a
from when it
long
came
time,
out,
but I know
and
as
I
I
want to
can
know is like
remember.
if would I appreciate some of the stuff they did there, or would I still feel it's bad? Maybe we should do that, Chad. Like maybe a couple weeks before the new one comes out, we revisit that one.
Okay. We
Yeah.
can do that.
I like the Street Fighter movie.
I liked the
Oh,
one
Street
with John.
Fighter. I like Street Fighter.
Yeah, I liked it. Wait. Which one?
The
The
original
original
one.
one with Van Damme?
Okay, because
Yeah.
they had that Legend of Chung Li, which was terrible.
Oh
Nah.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. When
They
they
should have
make
kept
Chun Li a
that.
white woman.
They should
Well,
have kept that in the vote, man.
I think she's got some Asian descent.
No, I mean she had Asian descent, but you know what I mean.
Yeah,
You know what I
They should
mean.
have kept that one stuck in the vote, man. Like,
But no,
Yeah.
I really like the Van Damme one. Well, I liked it in the past. I haven't seen it in some time.
Yeah. Neither have I. What do you guys think about the Mortal Kombat stuff?
I remember liking the first one. I hated the second one.
yeah, the second one.
Because like we get into the second one and minutes into it, they start killing people off from the first one.
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing here?
Yeah,
That's why
'cause
I hated the remake one too because of that.
We both hated
I
that
really
remake.
thought
Yeah.
the second one was gonna be like phenomenal because you seen the first one, they got the little Mortal Kombat theme sound. You like, oh, I'm hyped. And then the second one came out, and I'm like, come on, man, really?
Right.
Yeah. And then even the remake, I'm like
It wasn't
oh,
even the damn tournament wasn't even in it. That was my issue.
yeah, they didn't even have no tournament, man. And then they had this new guy, like who
Right.
was he supposed to be?
Right. But yeah. That being said, let's transition to the main event.
The day a star fell, it was almost like
seeing something out of a dream. Nothing more or less than
a breathtaking view.
Chad, how would you describe this movie?
All right, you don't want me to read what you wrote.
No, I mean you never get to play these games, so I want to include you into them now.
Thank you, Matt. So your name is the literal star-crossed lovers. I'm not gonna try and say their names. It's a young man that lives in Tokyo and a young woman that lives in a town in the countryside, and they switch bodies at what seems like random. And they live each other's lives, and they kind of make them better, slightly better from, incorporating their own perspective into the other person's life. And gets to the point where eventually they're like, you know what? I think I actually like this person. And so they try to meet each other, but complications ensue.
Okay. Josh, what did you think about this movie?
I liked it, man. I liked it. And I ain't gonna lie. It was a couple parts where I was like, okay, something was in my eye.
Yeah.
But nah, I think it was cool how they like wrote each other little messages or reminders, little notes and stuff. But
Uh-huh.
it was good, man. It was cool. I was kind of upset though, like when they finally decided, like, okay, let's meet, and then like you had like the plot twist. You know what I'm saying? So, but
Yeah, we can get into
overall,
it. No, we can get into it. Say what it is.
okay. So apparently the girl died from a comet or meteor hit her town, and the dude didn't know, and he was trying to find her, and then it's like he switches into her body, and they were able to basically get the whole town evacuated in time before that comet actually hit and wiped out the whole town. But even the ending, man, when he seen her like on the train and they were passing, I was like, oh man, that's what's up. And I'm like rooting for them. I'm like yelling at the TV. My wife's like, what are you doing? Like, shut up, watch the movie. I'm like, oh, he seen her on the train. Go get her, man. Go get her. I think his name was like Taki or something.
Yeah, his name was Taki. Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, I'm like, go ahead, get her, man. But it's crazy. Like he never. You would think the whole time they were switching in and out of each other's body, they would at least like write their names down. Like they didn't even know each other's name the whole time.
I mean,
So,
stuff started to disappear though. So there was sort of a magical element.
yeah, yeah. But overall, good movie. Uh, Another one, man. Like kind of uh tear jerker, man. I don't know if you guys into that, but it was a movie I saw. It was like Grave of the Fireflies, man. I was like, man,
Yeah,
that was tough to.
that's Studio Ghibli, right?
Yeah, yeah, that was kind of tough, man. I was like, dang. Like, I don't know, but the thing I do like about Japanese like animes, man, they keep it 100. They don't like sugarcoat it. They don't make it kiddie proof. Like it is what it is.
Mhm.
So yeah.
Chad, what was your thoughts?
So I thought it was interesting that the movie had like it felt like a TV show in parts where like there was like a little intro and then there were like parts where like, okay, we're gonna take a commercial break and it's just gonna
A
do
black
some
straight.
stills.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
like, that's interesting. Um, I like this movie. I'm watching it and I took a picture of myself and I just felt like a real wholesomeness just like consume my body. And I was like, that was really nice. That was a nice one right there. Like when you find out that the girl is 3 years in the past talking to him in the future, and you see that the crater of the town when he finds it, I was like, oh, don't blow into the mic. I was like, my goodness, for the audio listeners, I'm fanning my eyes because it's like I'm trying to hold it in here because it's like, what are we doing here? And then it's like when when they first meet as kids and they're having this conversation and he's like, let's write our names on each other, and he don't write his name, he writes I love you, and I'm like, that's stupid, but oh my god, that's so cute. And the thing I really did not like was that they were dragging the ending out, like when they would kind of pass each other and one would stop and look back and keep walking and the other one would stop and look back and keep walking, or he was in the cafe and her two friends were there planning their wedding, and I'm like, you don't say anything to them, and he saw her like at the train station before and he didn't do
Right.
anything, and I'm like, I get it, but please just stop dragging this out.
Yeah, man. Come on, man. Step up.
Like, I got places to motherfucking be, okay? And then also, like, I feel like in the Japanese sub, they fucked the ending up.
What do you mean?
Because when he said, "Can you tell me what your name is?" in the in the subtitles, and because I switched it over to the dub, and he says, "Can you tell me your name?"
Right. It's
Like
supposed to be your name.
why'd y'all put is at the end on the fucking translation? That's what I'm saying.
Right. Right.
Like this movie's not called Your Name Is.
It's right.
But Matt,
I enjoyed it too. Visually, musically, I enjoyed it. I I'm like this anime romantic comedy type of thing has grown on me in the last few years of me watching more like just basic anime stuff. Uh, but yeah, like you said, like them going, I enjoy going back and forth because like towards the end where how they don't remember each other, but something in their body is telling them, I know this person. To the simple fact, as you walk past and be like, do I know this person? And you look back and they don't look at you. I'm not gonna come up to this person and be like, hey, do I know you? Type of thing until when they got face to face and it was like, oh wait, I think I do know this person. I enjoyed that part of it. I think it's gonna be this love romantic comedy thing, some Freaky Friday stuff. They're gonna learn something about each other. And when the whole fucking comment thing happened, I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
I was like, oh my God. So this took like a totally different role than what I thought this movie was going to be about.
That's what I was saying. All the plot twists, man. It's like they just throw them in there left and right.
but I feel
Right.
like it was there the whole time. We just didn't realize, like, the town itself before the meteorite, it looked
Was in a
like
crater.
it was in a crater, and then that shrine that they go to, it's in a crater also. And so like
Yeah.
it's showing like that area is prone to that. And if you recall, the grandma was talking about how we do this ritual, but like it was so long ago that the history of the ritual is lost. And like the ritual is most likely some sort of ritual to do with the very first comet strike that
Right.
probably killed a whole bunch of people.
Right. But
But
at the end of the day, I enjoyed this. And I know you're a fan of romantic comedy. So, Chad, would you be a fan of a romantic anime comedy or romantic anime movies in the future?
yeah, like if we keep it to movies, like my thing with anime TV shows is like, even with like live action shows, I don't want to watch a whole bunch of fucking episodes of anything at this point in my life. So like a movie, sure, 2 hours, let's do this. But I'm not trying to watch 35 fucking episodes or something.
Gotcha.
I just don't have the time. But I also I wrote this in my notes. I really liked it when she first went to the cafe in his body and she took a picture of the food, and then when she moved the camera down, the food was gone. Like I really liked that transition. I thought that was kind of cool.
And that's one
all
thing
I got.
I really liked about if you watch like anime stuff, their food is fucking on point. Like their
Mhm.
food is not it's not like a cartoon cake or whatever like that. Their food is legitimately like a real cake. Like they put the details animated
Yeah,
to do
they
all that
do.
stuff for their food. Yeah.
That's how they do in the restaurants too. Like the food look exactly like the display picture.
Right. Oh yeah. I'm Chad. So I don't know if you know this, but like places out in Japan, restaurants, when you go out to the window, there's like a plastic display of the food.
Oh, like at
And
Starbucks.
yes, yeah, like that for like the food and stuff, so you
Mhm.
can see what it looks like, and then when you go do it, yeah.
That's cool.
So, what do you guys think the Rotten Tomatoes on this was?
I say 7.5, 8.
Oh, it's out of 100%. 100% is the highest.
Oh, 75%, 80.
I'm gonna go 90.
98% off 116 reviews. The audience score was 94%.
Mm. The audience was hating, huh?
But yeah, this movie is good. All right, now let's transition to trivia. All right. The red braided cord that Mitsuha wears represents the visible red string of fate that is said to connect someone to their fated person, according to Japanese tradition. Now, this one, pay attention because it's kind of tricky. Mitsuha's name, that's the main girl. Mitsuha's name means 3 leaves, and it follows a family trait. Her grandmother, Hitaho, means 1 leaf. Her mother, Futaba, means 2 leaves, and her little sister, Yoshia, means 4 leaves.
Hmm.
And the comet disaster in this film is inspired by the Great Eastern Earthquake of Japan in 2011.
Okay.
Mm.
All right, now here's a trivia question, Chad. You ready?
Why is it aimed at me?
Well, no, because I wanted to get you in this since you never get to participate in these things. So I had to make sure I had to come up with a trivia. Actually, I had to come up with this myself. It was kind of hard. All right.
Ooh.
This is the first anime film not made by Studio Ghibli
Right.
or Hayao Miyazaki to gross 10 billion yen at a Japanese box office, approximately $98 million. It was also the second highest grossing anime film before being surpassed by which film? So which one surpassed this film? This was the highest and it got surpassed by this film. Okay.
Are you about to name another anime?
Yeah. A, Demon Slayer the movie, Mugen Train. B, Spirited Away. C, Jujutsu Kaisen the movie. Or D, Weathering with You.
Okay, so Demon Slayer, that came out in like 2020. Weathering with You is the same director, I think, or creator. So it would have been before or after this. What was BNC?
B is Spirited Away. And C is Jujutsu Kaisen.
I'm gonna say C because I feel like Spirited Away probably came out in the early 2000s.
Okay. Josh, what's your answer?
I'm gonna go with Spirited Away too. I know that was really popular.
Okay. Hell yeah, good question. Yeah, they're both wrong. The answer is Demon Slayer, who came out 4 years after this in 2020.
What was the question? You said what was the
Yeah.
number one? I thought you were saying at the time it beat this in the box office. I'm sorry.
Oh no, this was the highest until this movie came along.
Okay, I see.
Yeah.
That's my bad. I misunderstood the question. I
I
would have
was
still got
gonna
it
say
wrong, but
Yeah. I'm proud of that. It was hard. So I was like, which one's the highest rated? And I had to figure out the time frame. And then I didn't even think you knew what Weathering with You was. You knew that, and I was like, ah, shit, he might figure this out.
I mean I know a little bit about a little bit. Like didn't he also do Paprika?
I'm not sure. But also, one thing I didn't add, we might need it. We can cut this if you want to. But the guy who did the voice acting for the guy did his other movie, whatever the next one he did or whatever. But like that one did a lot of money too. So like the guy who did the voice acting for this, like he's like what's the girl who played in Avengers and Avatar?
Zoe Saldana.
She's like that, a voice acting for anime. Like all the stuff he been in has been like the highest grossing stuff.
That's hilarious. Also, the answer is no. He did not do Paprika.
Oh, okay. All right. I want to say, Josh, thank you for being on. We appreciate
Thank
it.
you for having me.
Thank you. It was nice to meet you, man.
Same.
And listen to the
episode.
Listen to the episode that dropped today. Matt's got some opinions about you.
I'll listen. I'm gonna listen to it after this.
Don't worry. I told him when we was at the Izakaya. I told him. But Josh, before we leave, is there anything you want to promote, any social medias or anything like that, whatever you got going on?
Oh yeah, I just want to give a shout out. Thank you guys again. You know, we used to talk about this at work. Please have me again. You know, I was a little nervous, but I enjoyed it. You know, cool guys. So definitely listeners out there, man, tune into these guys. They're doing great things. Also, if you guys want to ever come to Japan, just hit me up, man. Or hit up Matt.
Random people hit him up.
Right.
Nah. I'm gonna let you. My boy Matt gonna screen you first before you even attempt my stuff. You know what I'm saying? Send me a friend request. I don't know you. But yeah, man, just like I say, if you guys ever get a chance to come out here, man, you know, you got good people out here. Me, Matt, a couple other people. So just thank you for having me, man. For real.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, no problem. Thank you so much for listening. Please rate, like, and review our podcast on your platform of choice. If you have any feedback, please email us at we used to talk pod at gmail.com, like our Facebook page. We used to talk about this at work. Follow us on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at We Should Talk Pod. Follow Chad on Letterboxd at BOW1213 and me at Mr. King 0257. Join with us next week as we talk about.
I'm on the edge of my seat. What are we talking about?
We have ghosts. I don't know what we're going to talk
We are
about.
not watching that shit.
We'll figure it out. It's going to be some good shit next week. All right. Don't worry.
Right.
Tune in.
And thank you once more for listening. And now you know what we used to talk about at work.